Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me for another video. Just wanted to make this really quick video. I've been kind of waiting and watching in the wings, like most of you, I'm sure, to all things related to crypto. A couple days ago, Bitcoin surged to around $8,400 before coming back down to $7,896, where it's currently at now. You can kind of take a look here and see the activity of what's been going on. I was actually watching this last night. As this happened, I remember seeing this big leg down, thinking, oh God, it's great that I didn't get in. And I was fighting the urge to jump in. I was, probably going to FOMO in like most people I'm sure did right here. And I'm glad that I didn't, guys. This is why it's extremely important to be focused, disciplined investors whenever you're dealing with, assets of any kind. Can you imagine how you would have felt if you bought in here and then this happened and now we're currently sitting here? Yeah, it's going up, but at the same time, like I said, guys, you never want to go and chase green candles. If you follow me on Twitter, you've heard me say that countless times before. XRP had kind of went all the way up to about 47 cents before coming back down to about, 41.9 where it's at right now. And, I'll admit, again, these are some projects that I was thinking about getting back into simply because they were, kind of on the increase, but you have to stick to what your gut is telling you, and you have to use disciplined, principle investment policies. Even if you say, okay, well, I am going to get in right here, and let's say you've got a pot of $3,000 that you want to work with, it's good, it's a good idea to not jump in with all $3,000, or maybe allocate certain percentages of that pot to get in over time, so that way if you get in here and something like this happens, you're not totally out of all your money, and the disdain that you feel isn't all that significant. Here we are, we're getting ready to touch $7,800, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Again, I don't want to make the video super long, but there are a few things that I want to talk about here. The first of which is just some of the things that are actually going on in the crypto space right now, again with Bitcoin and altcoins having a really interesting 48 to 72 hours. Bitcoin coming down, some altcoins doing better than others. Ethereum's up 200 and let's see, what is Ethereum at? Ethereum's at 265. So some interesting things that are actually currently taking place right now. Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior had unveiled a blockchain platform to verify luxury goods. Now, this is something that I thought was extremely interesting because I remember during the last bull run, those of us that were in the crypto market, you've probably heard of Walton Coin or Veet, and these were projects that were aimed at, being attached onto inventory to verify authentic inventory from, knockoff inventory. So I think it's funny that, you've had all these companies before in the past that were trying to downplay cryptocurrency and blockchain and what they could possibly mean for the future. And it's probably some of those same companies now that are actually trying to reinvent the wheel and unveil their own blockchain platform to, basically do the same thing that companies that had been out before them were looking to do. So rather than get in bed with those guys, they've elected to kind of reinvent the wheel. And so this brand, the house LVMH, which includes Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, said they were already involved in a project and discussions were underway to extend Aurora and other high-end names within the group. Aurora makes it possible for consumers to access product history and proof of authenticity of luxury goods from raw materials to the point of sale and even in the secondhand markets. Now, the thing that I've always said, and just kind of playing devil's advocate here, is, say you have someone on the inside who knows how to, I guess, fudge the system, if you will. I mean, essentially, they could do the same thing with knockoff goods. I'm not saying that's highly probable. I'm just simply saying that it could possibly happen. So I thought it was funny that, Aurora is now essentially what VeChain and, that Aurora is now what VeChain and Walton Chain, or VeChain and Walton Chain, were slated to be during the last bull market. And now, those coins, well, VeChain anyway is not really worth a whole lot, but that's another video in itself. So I thought it was just interesting to see that now we're at a position where, the big companies are starting to say, oh, well, we kind of see the value in this. And, we definitely want to see what we may be able to make possible utilizing blockchain technology. So it's just one more nail in the coffin, if you will, to kind of prove that mass adoption is coming in, and it's best for everyone who's been in the cryptocurrency space to really, try and solidify their positions now before the floodgates open. And I mean, that's a perfect segue to what I want to talk about here. With Bitcoin rising in prices over the last, like I said, 48 to 72 hours, apparently on the App Store, Coinbase started trending. And that's important because I personally have heard other YouTubers say, the Modern Investor to be more specifically, that once we approach $10,000, that's when all the serious FOMO is going to start coming into the market. And again, here we are, basically in a nutshell, knocking on $10,000. A price for Bitcoin of around $10,000 in a nutshell. Again, we're at 8,400 at the high. And Coinbase starts to trend on the App Store, right? So these are people who at one point in time may have either been in the market and got out, deleted the application, and maybe just forgot about their coins, or these are people who are maybe have been paying attention to it and now, possibly talked themselves out of getting in before in the past. And with the price increasing now, they're, oh crap, I should probably start getting in before it's too late. So guys, we're knocking on the door of people beginning to FOMO in. Like I said, like other YouTubers have said, as soon as we really start to approach 10,000, personally, I think that's really what's going to start to happen. And when the price of Bitcoin starts to increase, again, if you've been here any earlier than 2017, you've seen it before. When Bitcoin rises, all these other projects start to pump as well. Taking a look here at the Google Trends, and this is what I like using in my analysis of crypto and which projects to get into and so on and so forth, because you've got the fundamental aspect, you've got the technical aspect, but then you also have the human psychology aspect. And I'd be curious to know how many people are using the human psychology aspect in their due diligence phase. So here we are. You see April 16th, in the month of April, Bitcoin was kind of at a low. I mean, it's like 36, 37, 47. And if you click here, if you guys have never used Google Trends before, this just shows the interest over time. Numbers represent search interest relative to the highest point on the chart for a given region at a value. For a given region in time. A value of 100 is the peak popularity of a term. A value of 50 means that it's half as popular, and a score of 0 means it's not enough data for this term. So here we are, May 13th, 3 days ago, and we're looking at a popularity. I mean, this is as far as it goes. So you take this into context with Coinbase starting to trend on the App Store and Bitcoin having a price of what it's had in the last 48 to 72 hours. This kind of re-solidifies for me the importance of just trying to get one Bitcoin for your investment portfolio. If you want to get more than one, trust me, I understand, but at least getting one before you invest in any other project. And the reason why I say that is the cost of one Bitcoin, you're probably going to put in a few $100s, if not a few $1,000s into a Bitcoin at any given time of a purchase, right? Would you have that same philosophy if it were a smaller cap coin? If the answer to that question is no, get the most expensive one out of the way first, the one with the most notoriety out of the way first, because every purchase you make after you've obtained your one Bitcoin or whatever your target is isn't going to cost you nearly as much as obtaining, an allocation of Bitcoin. So again, buy your one Bitcoin, get it out of the way, start moving into other projects that you like, because the money that you spend is not going to cost nearly as much as it is for your Bitcoin purchases. That's all I got for you guys today. Definitely leave a comment in the comment section below. Comment, rate, subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.